Hi and welcome to this video log with me, Wayne, from swimmingcyclingrunning.com. Well, this is the third look at Amari from the Caribbean Championships of last year, and this time we're looking at her breaststroke. This is a 100-meter breaststroke. There are a couple of things she does wrong that you might be doing wrong too with your breaststroke. They're common errors. A lot of people do them. So have a look and then we'll come back and have a chat.
So we're going to take a look at Amari's breaststroke here. Now Amari is in lane 3 and the girl who eventually wins the heat is in lane 4. So we'll just start this off. Now breaststroke is the most difficult stroke to swim fast because it's the most inefficient stroke. Firstly, we're prone in the water, we're flat, and secondly we move our arms, then we move our legs, and that makes for a discontinuous stroke. We can see that the girl next to Amari is slightly smoother, and there are a couple of reasons for that. Firstly, I think Amari is pulling her chest up as opposed to keep on diving forward throughout the stroke. And you can see that as she comes here. She's pulling up with her chest. You can see it here. That's quite high. She's pulling up and then diving forward. So there's a little bit of a gap in the stroke as she slows down. So instead of moving forward, she's pulling upwards and then going forwards. And that's a little bit slower. Secondly, her legs, she's pulling her knees in as opposed to her feet up to her bum. If we put this in slow motion, perhaps we'll see that just a bit better. So she's pulling her knees in and wide, and therefore she's creating a lot of resistance. You can see that there. That's a really wide angle that she has with her legs. So if you look here, that's a wide angle which is creating effectively a lot of resistance against that angle. We really want to pull our feet up to our bum and not our knees in and wide, because our knees in and wide just creates resistance. Now I've just gone a little bit further on in the length because I want you to see the girl next to Amari. And if you look at her feet, she's bringing them up to her bum, and the angle she's making with the water is far, far less than Amari was actually making. So if you look here, it's something like that, whereas Amari is still in that position. And you can see overall that if you're in that position, this creates a lot less drag than that does. And so it's easier to swim faster if you're creating a lot less drag. And you can see that with the girl next to Amari and Amari there. And we'll just see her swim into the wall. You can see that smooth stroke. And then the turn's quite fast. Amari actually leaves her arm behind too long. And you can see that, the arm's behind. The arm actually in that position should come over fast, and that would put the feet up against the wall, and then you can drive off. So that's a slightly slow turn as well. Another thing that happens when you pull your feet in and wide is you effectively get a hiccup in the bum. So suddenly the bum moves up. You can see with Amari here, if we look at that, the bum jiggles in and you're really pulling fast with your legs forward. Now if you look at the girl there, she's not doing the same thing. She's pulling her feet up, keeping a good angle, and then going forward. So she doesn't get that sort of hiccup in her stroke. And as we watch it go in, you can see, in fact I'll just slow that down a touch. You can see one is moving really quite heavily back against the water and the other one is staying much more streamlined, and that obviously leads to the chance of a much faster swim.
So there we are. When we kick in breaststroke, we really want to bring our feet up to our bum and then kick back. So we want our knees close together and then kick. So it's up, turn the feet out and kick. We want to kick backwards because we want to move forward. The closer your knees are generally, the better kick backwards you have. That's difficult to do, you have to practice it. So you're bringing your feet up to your bum, not your knees in. And you can see the knee would kick back against the water, and that just creates resistance. Remember, breaststroke is the hardest stroke because you're so resistant to the water. You're flat in the water, your arms move, then your legs move. It's not a continuous stroke. So it is difficult to get it right. And although you see quite a lot of people just do breaststroke slowly in a lane because they think it's easy, it is actually still the hardest stroke to do quickly. Okay, so that's going to take a little bit of time for Amari to change those particular faults in breaststroke, but over time that's perfectly possible. We wish her great luck in this week's championships being held in Barbados. Alright, that's it for this week, but next week we've got a problem that affects a lot of people coming to swimming front crawl as an adult, especially those trying to do a triathlon. So keep your eyes peeled, watch next week, it may well be something that affects you. Well, thanks very much for watching. Please remember, subscribe and like, and we'll see you next week. Have a great week, enjoy the sun.